not starting out great today, guys. Not starting out great. TV did not want to turn on at first so I could get this white screen, which I don't feel like it's even helping that much anymore. I don't know what the heck is going on. But while I was setting up, my phone fell off the tripod with this top piece. This top piece has been missing a piece to attach it to the top of my tripod, so it kind of just sits there. But this piece completely broke apart, and this is the piece that holds my phone right here. This is the piece. It completely broke off. I'm debating if I want to try and glue it together, but I've already been struggling with this one, so maybe I'll just invest in a new tripod finally. But yeah, that sucked. Okay, so it is Sunday, May 15th already. Oh my gosh, it's already May 15th. That's crazy. My name is Savannah of Sewlivi Dyes Yarn. I'm the dyer of those. And hopefully this coming summer, June, July, I'll be bringing new colorways to the shop. But we'll see how it all goes. Yeah, and so let's go ahead and talk about what has been happening. What's been happening this past week? This past week has been a little crazy. So I know in my last video, I was talking about a new project I was going to start. It was a Make 9 and a Whip Go for May. Well, the Make 9 just for the whole year. For May's Whip Go, this project was called. It is called the Alley Socks by Sarah Opie, or S Knits on Ravelry. Maybe, no, on Instagram, sorry. On Instagram, I believe it's s.knits, but her real name is Sarah Opie. And I showed you the yarn, and I said I was going to start it. So I purchased the exact yarn that is used in the pattern because I really loved it. The yarn is Explorer Knits and Fiber. It's the Denali sock, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and the main color was linen, and the contrast color, because the socks are color work, are this one, same dyer, so Explorer Knits and Fibers. That just doesn't roll off the tongue as easy as you think. This is Acadia, so it's, whoa, we're having a day already. Acadia National Park. Beautiful colors. Beautiful colors. Started knitting it, and I started knitting it, and I decided to try it on after I got the cuff finished, and realized that I could not get the cuff over my heel. So this is linen, this is Acadia National Park. Beautiful colors. These are the exact colors called for in the pattern because I really love the look of it. Couldn't get the heel or the cuff over my heel, so I was like, okay, I guess I gotta go up a size. So I did, and I don't like to because it's a 72. The next size is 72 stitches, and the last time I did that, it was way too big for me. So I was nervous, but I did it. And it was still a very tight squeeze over my heel. So I was like, oh, okay. So I knit the cuff and the leg, because the leg is pretty short. It's all color work. The contrast was not as sharp as the pattern picture. So this, I believe this color is a little bit darker than the original. Because, you know, dye lots and stuff like that. I'll be hopefully inserting pictures to show you. So the contrast wasn't there. You could not see the triangles as sharp as in the pattern. So I was like, oh, that's kind of disappointing. So I was knitting along, and I started doing the heel flap, and I got to a certain point, and for the size that I was doing, it wanted me to keep going for a while. And I felt that like that would be way too long. So I kind of stopped, and then did the heel turn, and then I tried it on again, and it's still very, very tight. Like, it takes more than a second to, your sock should take a second to slip on. No, I was struggling for at least 15 to 30 seconds trying to get it over my heel. I'm like, yeah, this is not going to work. The heel feels like it's too deep, even though I stopped it short. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. I mean, the contrast was not there for me. Even if I would have finished that first sock, I knew I would never have cast on the second one, because I'm like, I wouldn't want to. So I ripped it all out. I did. I said, screw it. I'm not going to waste my time, energy, my beautiful yarns to knit one sock, right? And then not have a pair, or that they'll even fit, kind of thing. So I was like, nope. And it's funny, the next day, the designer posted a photo on Instagram with these exact colors, the exact pattern, but in a sweater form. Now, in the sweater form, it looked like her linen was a little bit darker like mine, but you could still see the triangles very well. So I'm like, I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. But for right now, it's sitting here. I decided to scratch it off, make 9. It's not a goal I'm hitting for Whip Go. It's just not happening. I'm not going to waste my time. So then I was kind of in a slump after that. I was like, just for a small bit of time, I was like, what the heck do I do? The rest of my whips that I have in my basket over here, I really don't want to work on. I really just don't want to yet. And I haven't picked up Straya either. The cardigan by Andrea Mowry, I haven't picked that one up either. I just haven't wanted to. So I decided to cast on something new that I've been eyeballing for a little while. And so I'll go ahead and show you that. I don't have so I'll have to insert a picture of what it is because I don't have it printed out. It is called the DK, oh my goodness, don't get all twisted. Hold on, let me get some of this other stuff out. I threw swatch yarns in there. Okay. It's called the DK Sugar Boo Bralette by, is it Kadri? I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. But I was like, I wanted to do this for a little while because I thought it was cute, and I loved, somebody had posted it on Instagram a while back and how they were going to pair it with another sweater by the same designer. And I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. So I was like, okay. And I don't really wear bralettes. I don't typically like the cropped feeling. I wear tank tops underneath everything. Tank tops, but I need them to be full length so I can tuck them into my jeans. So this is kind of going out of my comfort zone, but I thought I would try it just for the heck of it. So, and I used stash yarn for it. Yarns I'm using, so I'm holding it double because, let me tell you, it's Yarn Bees 44th Street. I bought this a long time ago. It's been in stash for a while. This is the silver gray colorway. For a project, I had a plan for this, but I've outgrown that that pattern, I guess you could say. My tastes have changed, and I knew I wouldn't wear what I would have made out of this, so I was like, okay, let's use it for something else. This is 70% acrylic, 30% polyamide. It says it's labeled as a 3, which is a DK weight. It's really soft too. You get 540 yards per 100 grams. This is more like a I think you could be a heavy fingering to a sport weight, maybe even just a regular fingering. It's pretty thin. So for gauge, I'm just holding 2 together to make kind of like a DK. My gauge wasn't perfect, but I'm not too worried about that. But I'll show you what I got so far. It's been pretty quick. I'm just slowing down a lot on this ribbing, one by one ribbing. But there's no straps yet, but here's the front triangles, which you start with making the triangle. So you cast on a provisional cast on, and you do the first triangle. It's weird. You do one triangle, then you do one back triangle, which is smaller, do the other back triangle, and then you do the last front triangle, because that way you don't have to break the yarn and you can connect the two. You connect the two, cast on for under the arms, connect, cast on for the back, connect, cast on for under the arms. Yeah. And then you just knit, knit, knit for a while. So, ooh. And then after you hit a certain length for your bust size, I guess, then you go ahead and knit several inches of just the 1x1 ribbing. I'm using my cute little broccoli from the Sexy Knitter as my stitch, my beginning of round. I don't actually have a progress keeper on here at all. But yeah, once that's finished, I believe you just do the like I-cord straps, and there you go. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure about it, but I wanted to make it, so that's kind of what I've been working on this past week. It's on what size needles? Oh, US 4. So I can't use those to swatch. Okay, that's for a different thing I'll talk about in a little bit. So US 4s, it's going pretty nicely, pretty quick. Yeah, that is that. What else I've been working on the last like 2 nights? I've been swatching for a different pattern. It's called the Cardi V-neck. I don't know why it's called that because it's not a cardigan. It is a very deep V-neck, oversized cable sweater by Ann Wenzel. And I've heard that Ann Wenzel is not the easiest to follow for patterns, so I'm a bit worried, but I think if I just take my time with it, it'll be good. So I've been swatching like crazy. I hate swatching, but I've been swatching like crazy because I really want to get the loose, drapey, soft fit that it looks like in the pattern. So I've been working on that. The pattern calls for holding 3 yarns together. So it's from what I could tell, because all these yarns are foreign to me, I've never used them, I don't know much about them, but it looks like 1 fingering weight when I did some research, and 2 lace weights, like mohairs, and you hold all 3 together. When you go on to Ravelry, I believe it says, I'll have to double check, but it looks like it's labeled as a worsted. So I went to the store the other day, and I grabbed this Yarn Bees Alpaca Twist. I like that it's got the fuzzy halo and that it's soft. It's a nice color, and it's labeled as a 4, which is technically a worsted. It's 90% acrylic and 10% alpaca. So I'm not too thrilled that it's acrylic, but after doing some like research after doing research on like different yarns and how much it costs, I really wanted to keep this kind of on the cheaper end. And this seemed like a good fit with the fuzziness, but I gauged with it, I swatched with it, and I do like it. I swatched with the called for needles, which is a US 5. The fabric seems, it's not stiff. It's not stiff. It is a little drapey. It's not terrible. I do like, that's the cable pattern, by the way. I do like the look of this, and I don't know if it'd be really warm or anything like that, but I really liked it. You know, it was easy. I wouldn't have to hold 3 strands together. But I didn't hit gauge. I believe I was either 17 or 18 stitches per 4 inches, and I need 20. So yeah, I believe that means that my overall garment would be larger, so I could knit a smaller size. So that's something I still have to work out the I think the math to see what I want to do if I really want to use this. So yeah, and the color of this one is ecru. It's just ecru. So that is option number 1. Then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, if you hold 2 lace weights together, that's supposed to equal a fingering weight. If you hold 2 fingering weights together, that should make a DK because it's fingering plus 2 strands of lace. I'm just like, that's just a DK weight then. So I took 2 strands of, what is this? This is the Holst Garn Super Soft. I took 2 strands of that and held it together and knit a smaller swatch because I was like, I don't want to do more. I mean, I probably should have done one more cable repeat before binding off, but it's okay. And I don't know why I have to gauge in the call for pattern, because I feel like I'm still just counting stockinette, because there's several stockinette in between each cable. But alas, after I bound it off, I counted it and I was hitting gauge perfectly, but then I gave it a bath because I wanted to see what happens after I wash it, because Holst Super Soft, it blooms when you wash it. It softens up a lot. Now I'm down to, I think, 18 stitches. I'll have to double count these all, but I believe 18 stitches per 4-inch now. So again, not hitting gauge. My garment would be bigger. Plus, I don't really like this. It's not fuzzy enough. It's not, I know it's hard to tell with the shadowing in this. I don't think I would like this a lot. I really do want it to be fuzzy. So last night I said, screw it. Let's try, so I have, whoa, this is all tangled. I went ahead and took what I had left from, I would just wound this off of my big cone. This was the big cones right there. I wound this off the big cone so I could do the holding it double thing. So I took one strand of this. One of my, this is, I think I left the label upstairs. This is Drops Kid Silk in the light beige colorway, I believe. Took one strand of this, and then I took a skein of mohair that I have undyed still, and just wound that up. And I held these 2 together with this last night and started to swatch. I did not finish it last night. I finished it this morning, so it's still drying. I mean, it's a little damp. It should be okay. I can take this off for a minute. No, it's still pretty wet. I need this to dry more before. I haven't measured this yet. I didn't even measure it. Did I measure it before I washed it? Yes, I did. It was like 19 stitches per 4 inches. So this is how it is called for in the pattern. One strand of, oh my gosh, what is it? Whatever the fingering weight they call for, this is a substitute. When I went onto yarnsub.com, they said Holst Garn Super Soft is a good yarn sub for said yarn. So there's that. The other yarns I believe are Ficolana, Tilla Ficolana, or whatever the is Tilla the brand name and Ficolana is the, or is it Ficolana and Tilla is the, I don't know. That's what they call for mohair. And I'm just assuming it's just mohair, their mohair version. So I just, you know, I got this and it's very lovely. You can't really see the cable detail in the video. Maybe I should take a picture of all 3 together. I've even thought of maybe not doing the cable bit, but I'm not sure. I really like the overall garment in the photo. So yeah, this is where I'm at. Once this dries, hopefully soon, I'm gonna stick it back outside or something. I can get a good gauge reading. I really do think I'm gonna probably have to knit. So I'm gonna have to knit a smaller size. Sorry, I'm talking before I even finish the sentence. What was I trying to say? It is a very oversized sweater. There is no recommended ease, unfortunately, written in the pattern, so I don't know how much she wants. The small size is a 112 centimeter bust, which is still pretty big because I believe mine is 93 centimeters. So that's, the small size is still pretty big. The next size up is 120 centimeters. So I think if I did the smallest size, see, I like this because you can see the cables, and but it's still fuzzy, just not as fuzzy as this one. And then, yeah, I'm definitely not just doing 2 strands of the Holst. Super soft. So yeah, I'm just like, do I just knit the smallest size and hope that it ends up on a little bit on the bigger size due to my gauge being strange? I don't want to go down to, all right, so everything's on a US 5. Sorry. Wait, oh, I take that back. I was so confused. It's a 5mm, so that's a US 8. That is what I'm swatching all of these on. I can still go down to a 7. I'm worried about this one going down at all because I feel like it'd make it a tighter fabric, a more dense fabric, and I don't think this one could handle that. Again, I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to see with just 2 strands of fingering weight. And then I don't think I'm going to go down a size. I think I want to work with the larger size needle, the US 8 or the 5mm. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. This is the cheapest version. This one is going to cost me because I think I'd have to order more of the Drops Kid Silk, which means I'm not going to order just this by itself because I get it from Wool Warehouse. I'd probably order more stuff from there. More mohair, because I believe I need more mohair in my stash. But yeah, so I don't know yet. I do like this one though. Okay, so yeah, that's ideas and thoughts. June is happening soon. I can't wait because then that means I can start the Attune shawl, which I'm excited for. Hey Troy, what are you doing? What are you doing, sir? A punk. Okay. Just some haul real quick. So haul would be obviously this. I went and picked this up with I didn't mean to pick this up. I went to the store to get other things. And I thought, hey, this is nice and fuzzy. Let's go ahead and try this. Look, I bet you this would pill like crazy though. But mohair does too. Especially this one. I've used this one. I dyed this one for my for a cardigan, and it looks like it needs to be depilled quite a bit. I guess that might be just a mohair thing. I also grabbed this one when I was at the store. This one was really pretty. It's by Yarn Bee as well. It's called Redwood Roaming. I don't know, it's gorgeous. It is 100% superwash merino wool in the fingering weight. It's really pretty. So I got that. And then this one came in the mail finally. I ordered this one at the end of March from Treehouse Yarn, or Knits, Treehouse Knits. Look at this color. Isn't this beautiful? So I believe she's doing like a collection of like traveling around the world. And this one was the Iceland version. It's called, is that just Halls? I don't know how to pronounce that. But it's the Icelandic skein. It's absolutely gorgeous. I just got the spruce sock, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. That's really, really pretty. So that came yesterday, actually. Yesterday. This past weekend was a garage sale weekend. We usually do a community-wide garage sale. And so it came while doing the garage sale. But it is so pretty. And then one last thing. So we went up to Castle Rock yesterday to go visit friends. We went to have dinner with them. And our other friends moved back. They moved back. Our friends used to live right across the street from us. But then they moved to New York. And then my father-in-law bought their house. And then they decided to move back, and they moved to Castle Rock. So now we have two different family friends who live up in Castle Rock. So we had dinner. But we have to drive a little bit through downtown Castle Rock to get to our friend's house. And there's a store on the way called Everything Alpaca that my husband's like, oh, I think you're gonna love this store. So we stopped real quick. I had about 10 minutes to take a gander. Absolutely gorgeous. So it is like a yarn store, but it also has commercial made clothing using alpaca fibers. They have a lot of local yarns from like alpaca farmers or ranchers or whatever you want to call it, from alpaca farms. So a lot of it's already spun and ready to go, and it's all natural colors, you know, like the fawn, the browns, the whites, the brown, dark. Yeah, did I say that? I feel like I already said that. Very lovely. And I love the fact that, again, they're local farms in Colorado. They also have a few other things like Malabrigo and Blue Sky Fibers and, you know, the normal stuff, but a very small selection of those, which is okay. They also have fiber. And have you ever seen like those little figurines? Like they're llama figurines, but their fur is like real llama fur. Oh my God, they had some of those and they're so soft. I think next time I want to get one of those. But like I said, I only had like 10 minutes and I wanted to get something, you know, nice, fun, quick. So I got this. This is Baby Alpaca Roving. It includes accents of silk and Angelina. It's 6.5 ounces. 6.5 ounces in here. And look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this is from Linden Hills Alpaca Farm, which is in Larkspur, Colorado. So I was like, that is so awesome. Again, I love supporting local when it comes to, sorry. When it comes to, like things like this. It doesn't smell like anything, which I was a little disappointed in, but after spending a lot of time trying to find the end, I finally found it. And look, it's like already, it's like pencil roving. It's already ready to go and to spin up. So I'm pretty excited to spin this and see how beautiful it's going to be. So we got bits of fawn and white. And there is some green bits, which I think might be the silk, to be honest. And then there's little speckles of the, I don't know if you can see the sparkle. A little bit. There's very little sparkle, which is nice. I don't like it overly sparkly. But yeah, I'm amazed that this is 6.5 ounces, so I should get quite a bit of yarn out of this. I don't know if it's a sweater's quantity, but, you know, enough for a sweater's quantity, but it is so soft. It is so soft. Yeah, Everything Alpaca is super cool. I really liked it. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm not going to try to get this in right now. That is it. We will see how the rest of this, or what this coming week. This is our last full week of school coming up. That's gonna be nice. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah, last full week. And then we got a short week following, and that'll be it. I'm excited. Okay, gotta go. Bye.